Hello everyone, my name is Jörg and I'm the co-founder of 42 Watt. We provide the most simple way for building owners to reach climate neutrality. In order to accelerate our growth, we are now raising our seed round. So what is the problem we are tackling at 42 Watt? 30% of the CO2 is generated by buildings. 90% of the buildings that need to be climate neutral by 2050 already exist today. So there's no way around it. We have to decarbonize all existing buildings. More importantly, it's not enough to just put a PV and a heat pump in there. We also need to do a better insulation of the buildings. So overall, this represents a 51 trillion opportunity over the next few decades. Many people say this is the biggest capex cycle we have seen for a long time. Unusually, for such a big opportunity, Europe is actually leading in this area. This is due to the regulation, the subsidies, and also the energy crisis. While a lot of building owners understand the need to decarbonize their building, very few people actually act. Why is that the case? The reason is twofold. Number one, there's an overwhelming complexity. From the cellar to the roof, from PV to photovoltaic to battery storage, this is just too much for the building owner to handle. Normally, in these kind of situations, you go and get independent advice from experts. In this case, the experts are the craftsmen, but obviously they are not independent. So they're all trying to sell you their products. Worst of all, they are conflicting each other. So one of them says, the roofer, you have to start with the roof because it's like the hat in winter where all the heat disappears. And when you talk to the heating guy, they say, no, you first have to get off of fossil fuels and put a heat pump in and you can worry about the roof later. So in the end, no one gives you a holistic view of your building. And because it's a 50,000 euro investment decision, you end up doing nothing. And this is the problem we are solving by providing a very simple way to the building owners to take them through the whole process and by always providing independent advice to them. So where are we in terms of market entry? We have grown our revenue more than 12-fold since last summer when we started. In fact, we even have to regularly stop our marketing because we have more demand than we can fulfill. But we continue to scale up and are ready to further continue our growth story. How did we manage to achieve such a fast growth? Essentially, it's by putting together a very good team. Jan already mentioned, I was on your side of the table for 10 years. I was one of the 5 partners at Wellington Partners. We had a 1 billion fund. We invested in Spotify, Xing, and Immobilien Scout. After that, I founded another e-commerce company, which we grew very quickly, and it was acquired by Bertelsmann. Throughout the many years of experience, I learned the importance of turning complex processes into very simple products. And this is what we are now planning to do for the building sector. My co-founder Markus has been in the building segment also for a number of years. He's an architect and energy efficiency expert, and he's been in a successful startup before. We managed to attract a lot of very senior people. I mentioned Tim Schleier, who for 10 years built up My Hammer. It's one of the few very profitable craftsman marketplaces in Germany. And Johannes Gabriel, who comes to us from CarWow. They are selling a very complicated product, new cars, online, and they're very successful at that. So next to the team, we have raised a pre-seed round last year with top investors, a purpose-driven angel club, a prop tech fund, and a climate tech fund. But now we are raising our seed round in order to move even faster. Overall, we are convinced that the decarbonization of the building sector will take 2 to 3 decades, and we are just in day one of that. So it's a huge market, 51 trillion. We have to put together a very ambitious and experienced team, and we are already delivering fast growth. So if you want to join us in our mission to make all buildings climate neutral, please reach out to me either through LinkedIn or via email. Thank you very much.